Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the UCC BDCI webinar on accessing DBJ loans and grants. My name is Tenio Hawakazi, and I am the acting director of the UCC BDCI. Starting a business is no small feat. Many have tried and failed, but that does not mean that you have to be one of them. We have been forced to adjust our lives and how we do business to adapt to the new realities of our dynamic environment to ensure sustainability. But in order to change and cope with these new complexities, it is important that you have a solid foundation and the requisite resources to support that process of adaptation. How you build your business makes all the difference in whether you will be able to make the transformation to your business in order to survive. At UCC BDCI, we have made it our business to help businesses, and we are dedicated to helping launch entrepreneurs of micro, small, medium enterprises who are seeking to bring innovation to market, enabling our clients to capitalize on business opportunities. We aspire to be known as a premier business development service organization in Jamaica, and by extension, the Caribbean, contributing to the creation of a globally competitive platform for micro, small, and medium-sized businesses. About UCC BDCI. We are an operational unit within the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean and a member of the JBDC Small Business Development Center Network. We are a DBJ approved business development organization for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Vouchers for technical assistance can be redeemed at our office. The UCC BDCI was established to provide business advisory and consulting services to entrepreneurs and existing businesses. Our focus is on micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. And our goal is to contribute to create impacts that support economic growth through fostering innovation and entrepreneurship, like UCC. UCC's BDCI is a registered business development organization affiliated with the Development Bank of Jamaica and offers facilities such as technical assistance vouchers that help MSMEs access business, advising, and training services. Our target clients include Tier 1. These are new businesses that have just registered their business and they're now starting off. They may have an idea, but they haven't actually developed the idea to the point where they're making lots of money. So they want some advice, they want some counseling, they need some hand holding. Tier 2, these are persons that are registered as well, but they've launched their business and they're looking at how they can improve it, how to build out, how to add additional products or whatever. Tier 3 now, this is when they have already started blooming and they want to look at how to improve it by adding a business process or looking for venture capital, or they're looking at how they can bring down or improve their process within the business, right? So they usually come to us for some technical advice. Services we offer are business advisory, business consulting, training and development, research. We also do e-commerce packages and back office services. All of this can be found at our website, bdci.co. So our services include evaluation of the business idea, business model assessment, technical advice, digital solution strategies, legal advisory setting up of a company, partnering strategies, corporate governance, team building. Part of our business consulting services are website development, e-commerce platform marketing plans, business plans, financial plans and projections, legal advice and consulting services, product development, launching new products or services, and marketing and selling products or services. Training and development services include costing and ROIs. Actually, we will be having a training session. Our training sessions will begin May 3rd and end June 17th. So that will be advertised soon. And these are the training workshops that we will be promoting. Those are costing and ROIs, e-commerce and website design, digital marketing, fundamentals of business plan writing, fundamentals of marketing, record keeping and bookkeeping, and understanding financial statements. As part of our consulting services, we also offer the use of Growth Wheel. Growth Wheel is a visual toolbox and online platform used by business advisors, SPDCs, incubators, and entrepreneurs to help businesses make decisions and take action. We also have back office services. Those are bookkeeping, accounting, financial management, and that is called the Value Edge product. We also have business formalization and legal advisory services, and that is called Legal Blue. We also have research as one of the things that we do. The research effort is the final component of the Institute. It complements the other areas of activities of the BDCI and supports the academic mission of UCC. The research effort has three elements: to research to support data and information for business advising, research to support commercialization, and policy-oriented research. You can contact us via phone 906-3000, extension 4115. And that there you will be able to reach Shakira Monroe. And our website is bdci.co. And thank you. We will now go on to introduce Wayne Johnson. Wayne Johnson has been an account executive at the Development Bank of Jamaica Loans Department for the last 10 years. And he is our assigned representative at the Development Bank of Jamaica. And a generally all-round nice guy. So Wayne, I'll hand over to you. But just so y'all know, we will be having a question and answer section at the end. So just make note of all your questions, because I'm very sure that you will have questions after Wayne speaks. All right, Wayne?
All right, thank you, Kenny. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so I'm trusting that you're seeing my screen. All right, so my name is Wayne Johnson, and I am an account executive at DBJ. And I'm here to talk to you about the DBJ Serve program, the products that fall under the program, as well as other products that the bank has available that can be of benefit to you. All right, so what is Serve? Serve is the Social, Economic, and Recovery and Vaccine Program for Jamaica, more popularly called the Serve Jamaica program. And it's a program that was implemented to help revive the Jamaican economy and help micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises like yourself recover from the adverse effects of COVID-19, help you to get your business back on track, help you to expand. The DBJ, being a government agency, has responsibility for managing 3 funds totaling $3 billion. $1 billion was earmarked for our Go Digital loan program. $2 billion was earmarked for our recovery loan to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. And we created a $100 million fund for our Go Digital voucher, our Go Digital grant, to help businesses digitize and automate their operations, right? So you might ask yourself, what's the objective and the expected outcome of this program? Well, the government wants to promote the adoption of cutting-edge technology among micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises like yourselves. And we want to facilitate a vibrant market for digitization service providers, commonly referred to as Go Digital Business Development Organizations like UCC, right? Or IT BDOs, IT service providers, right? And we want to provide support to, at a minimum, more if possible, but at a minimum, 1,250 micro, small, medium-sized enterprises for digital transformation initiatives. And we want to improve the efficiency of your business processes and your business operations, right? So the Go Digital Voucher and the Go Digital Loan Program, it's similar to our existing VTA program. For those who are aware of our Voucher for Technical Assistance program, you apply online. Digitization can include, but are not limited to, these things that you're seeing on your screen now. If you want to convert some form of manual service delivery process to a digital or automated process, there are service providers out there that can provide this service for you. If you want to implement an electronic commerce or a digital payment solution for your business, there are service providers out there that can do this for you. If you want to acquire and implement or get training or acquire some form of software for your business, example, cloud infrastructure or cyber security for your business, there are tech providers out there that can do this for you. If you want to implement some form of productivity tools, video conferencing for your business, execs might be out of town and you need to reach one of your co-workers. You might want to implement a video conferencing system application for your business. There are tech providers that can do this. You might want to implement an electronic signature application for your business. With COVID-19, a lot of persons are not physically in the office. You might need something signed with an e-signature application. You can get it signed without the person physically being in the office with COVID-19. People working from home, people working remotely. That can be of benefit to a number of businesses. There are tech providers that provide this service as well, right? So there are 3 products under the DBJ Serve program. The first one is the DBJ Go Digital Voucher, right? And this is a $300,000 voucher that enables technological advancement for your business, for registered businesses in Jamaica, with sales within or up to $75 million annually. You can use this voucher for anything related to digitization and automation of your business. You want to implement a website. You want to move your payroll records from paperless to electronic. You want to implement a customer service software and accounting software. Put together some video conferencing application system for your business, right? Anything related to technological advancement, you can use the Go Digital grant for this, right? That's the first product of 3 under the SERVE program. The second one is the loan component of the digitization initiative, right? There's a Go Digital loan that the bank offers through the commercial banks. You can get up to $800,000 at a 2% interest rate per annum. The good thing is that this interest rate is fixed over the life of the loan. You don't have to worry about interest rate going up or varying, right? And you might ask yourself, well, what's this loan for? Well, this is to invest in digitization services and solutions, software development. You can use it to acquire computers, hardware, printers, and this is available through any supplier, any tech supplier that's approved by your lender. You can get as much as up to 3 years to repay this loan. You can get a 3-month moratorium on principal. Interest will kick in immediately, but you can get a 3-month moratorium on principal. And the bank is willing to lend up to $800,000. 90% of the project cost up to the max of $800,000, right? And this facility is available through DBJ's accredited lenders, right? And the third product is our MSME recovery loan. You can borrow up to $10 million. This comes at 5%, also fixed on the reducing balance. What's the purpose of this loan? You can use it to finance working capital support for your business, purchase equipment for your business, fund many capital expenditure projects or business operations. You can use it to consolidate debt clear high interest rate loans, clear credit cards, clear overdrafts, right? The purposes vary, right? Bank is willing to fund 90% of the project cost up to the max allowed of 10 million. You can get up to 8 years to repay this loan facility. And also there's a moratorium on principal of up to 12 months, right? This loan facility is also available through DBJ's accredited lenders, right? Now, outside of these products, under our SERVE program, we have other financing options. Just to make you aware, we have other grants to support innovation and scalable startup businesses. We have other loan facilities for micro, small, medium-sized, and large businesses, large projects. And we have our guarantee program, right? Our credit enhancement facility, whereby you can get guarantee if it is that you don't have sufficient collateral, right? But I'll get into that, right? All right, so our other grants now, right? Outside of the Go Digital grant. So we have vouchers for technical assistance, approximately 30 different services, right? The value of the vouchers vary. Some are for 100,000, some are for 150, some are for 200,000, 250, right? Depending on the service, including GCT. You're allowed one voucher every 2 years. So you get, the voucher allows you to cover 70% of the cost of the service up to the maximum value of the voucher, right? We also have vouchers for $250,000 for business plans, financial statements, just to name a few, but we have other grants for other services, approximately 30 services, right? And how that works is, for example, a UCC provides a service to your business. That service comes with a cost. Instead of you paying the full amount out of pocket, the grant isn't cash in hand, but you redeem it, right? So you wouldn't end up paying the full amount out of pocket. You only end up paying the difference if there's a difference. So it saves you in terms of the amount that you pay out of pocket for the service that you are receiving from your service provider. For example, UCC, right? We also have our IGNITE program. IGNITE is an acronym that stands for Innovation Grant, from new ideas to entrepreneurship. So the bank has a program that it has been running for a few years now, whereby if you're at the idea stage, you haven't really officially formally launched a business, but you're at the idea stage, or you have a great innovative idea, the bank is willing to fund up to 70% of the cost to get your business going, up to a maximum of $3 million. If you're at the early stage, commercialization stage, assuming that the bank finds that your project is innovative, it's different, it's a game changer, the bank also is willing to provide funding for up to 70%, up to a max of 7 million. We have an innovation grant fund for medium-sized businesses, for businesses that have been in operation for at least 5 years, right? Whereby you can get a grant of up to $14 million if you have new products, new services, or you're looking to enter new markets. You have a new business model, and it's considered innovative, right? And we also have our energy audit grant. You know, a lot of persons, you know, have been complaining about high light bills. You might want to cut back on your energy consumption. You might want to get an energy auditor come in and audit your business, see where you can cut back. If you want to implement solar panels, you can get an energy auditor to do an energy audit for you. Instead of paying the full amount out of pocket, we also have an energy audit grant for $200,000. So those are our other grants outside of the Go Digital grant under the SERVE program, right? And we have other loans as well, right? We have our MSME loan facility, whereby you can borrow up to $30 million. You can get as much as up to 10 years to repay, and up to a 2-year moratorium on principal, that is, interest would kick in right away. We also have our DBJ regular loan facility. If you need more money, you can get up to $500 million to borrow, up to 10 years to repay, also 2 years moratorium. And also we have a loan facility in US dollars where you can borrow up to $5 million at 7.25%. And all these loan facilities, once again, if you're looking to access them, you would access these facilities through DBJ's accredited lenders, right? And we have our credit enhancement facility, which is our guarantees, right? You might go into your bank and you want a loan for X amount, but you don't have sufficient securities, sufficient collateral, right, to fully securitize the loan. That's where this facility comes in. You might not have enough collateral, or you might have insufficient collateral, right? So for general micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise loans, the bank would provide 80% coverage of the loan amount up to a maximum of $30 million. For small loans, which are considered loans of $11 million or less, the bank would put up 90% coverage of the loan up to a maximum of $10 million, right? And these loan terms, these guarantee terms, run for the full period of the loan, the 10-year period. So it would facilitate you getting a loan to help you expand your business, right? And how you qualify, your revenues, your sales has to be within $425 million. You have to be tax compliant, of course, registered business. The project has to be financially viable and technically feasible. And of course, you have to have a proven track record. Businesses at least 12 months in operation can access $5 million under the guarantee coverage. Businesses 24 months in operation can access the full $30 million. And of course, it also helps that you have a good credit history. The bank looks at that in terms of the amount that they're willing to lend you, in terms of whether they're looking to lend you without a secured or an unsecured facility. So that also helps to have good credit history. And that is it. So thank you, Tenniel, over to you.
Thank you, Wayne. And next, we will be having Yannick Lever-Ebanks. Yannick has been a portfolio manager for a year at NCB's Retail Banking Division. She ensures that SMEs are given the tools needed to be successful in the banking space. This includes designing loans and deposit products. She has been in the financial industry since 2000. Before joining NCB, she worked at JMMB, Scotia Investments, and Sterling Asset Management. Yannick?
Thank you very, very much for the introduction. I'm so happy to be here today. I think, there were two excellent presentations that preceded me. I'm going to share with you, NCB's perspective and what we bring to the table. Right, so my name is Yannick Lever-Ebanks, and I am a portfolio manager for SME at NCB. Now, we have been working very, very hard, especially over the last 2 years, to build out the SME offering. So what we've done, we've built out a specialized suite of products and services geared specifically towards SMEs to address their special needs, especially in growing the businesses and accessing banking needs. We have a very, very close relationship with DBJ, and we actually I have most of some very key people at DBJ, their number is like on speed dial on my phone. So when I say we work closely, we really work closely with DBJ. So I'm grateful for the presentation that preceded me from Wayne. So that would have clarified a lot of the features. At the risk of some repetition. So we do offer the Go Digital product, and it is, as he mentioned, 2%, maximum 800,000 and a tenure of up to 3 years and 90% financing. He also mentioned the vouchers. Now, what we have found, though, I'm going to have to share with you is that we just haven't had any interest. We have it available, and it has been, we've trained the sales team in terms of this one and the recovery loan, but no interest so far. But unlike some institutions, because I've heard a rumor that some of the AFIs, what they've done is to roll it up in the recovery loan, but that's not what we've done. We have it separate. You can get it at 2%. Next one for the recovery loan. This has been actually very popular. We were under a lot of pressure to hurry up to get it available. And as you can see, it, covers working capital support, capital expenditure projects, etc. One interesting thing here is debt consolidation though and refinancing. So that's something that we don't normally offer, but in this case, we added a few special conditions and we have made it available. What we want to make clear here is that the people who have actually been impacted by COVID are the ones that are benefiting. So that I would say that kind of governs our thought processes around that. And I would like to just emphasize that, DBJ has their CEF program, or otherwise known as the collateral support. We put that in most of our package loans, and it is available for the recovery loan here. So if you don't have enough collateral, you don't have to be, apprehensive about approaching us. You can access the CEF, as in the collateral support from DBJ through us at NCB. The maximum for this loan is 10 million and the interest rate is 5% with a tenure of up to 8 years, as would have been stated before. Now, in addition to the offerings from DBJ, we also have the merchant advance that I wanted to highlight. Now, why this one? It's actually one of our most popular offerings at the moment. Why? Because it's unsecured. A lot of SMEs, you will hear this over and over again. They have problems getting security. So being able to access an unsecured loan is very, very precious. And with this particular merchant advance, what it is that we actually offer the same collateral support. So you can choose to get that support. And if not, of course, the interest rate is higher. But if you use security, any security, you will find that the interest rate will come down. You get 4 years to pay this back. And although the maximum is 25 million, if you take out the maximum collateral support of 30 million, then you can get up to 55 million to borrow. I'm of course highlighting the difference in the maximums just because, as you could see, the recovery loan, the maximum is 10 million. So some companies may need a lot more than that. This particular product, though, is very much dependent on your flows. So from your point of sale machines, your receivables, these are the things that we use to assess how much you can borrow. So that's why this one is very specific in terms of merchants. We'll have another one a little less specific, which is the NCB Quick Biz loan. Very similar to the merchant advance, except this is not dependent on your flows. We'll look at your business and see. We offer the same collateral support, same 4 years. The maximum here is just a little bit lower, but you can get up to 15 million. And if you enhance it with the CEF, you can get up to 45 million with the collateral support. Interest rate is a little bit higher here, around 14.95%. But once again, if you have security, the rate goes down considerably. And this is the last product that I would want to highlight, which is our SME Boost. This one, I have to tell you, is our star performer, right? Because if you quickly look at the rate, you can see that it's 6.95% fixed. And it's extremely attractive, especially in this rising interest rate environment. And you can get up to 250 million. It's only available for medium-sized companies, that is with revenues over 75 million. So others are more suited, I think, for micro businesses and small businesses. And the repayment period varies depending on what you're borrowing it to do and the kind of collateral. But this is very broad based. We are targeting here, working capital support, machinery, retooling, equipment, facilities, expansion, and everything, energy projects, and other business purposes. So this is kind of it's a broad-based approach to assisting SMEs. The other thing you would want to know, and I think it's useful, especially for our micro SMEs, what we've found is we've been able, through the Bank of Jamaica, to reduce some of the requirements. And I know that would be music to most people's ears. So I'm not going to go into extreme detail here, but we have different tiers. So what it means is that depending on the loan amount and depending on your revenue, you may be eligible to access a loan without having to furnish any financial statement. And if it's in the next tier, you may not have to furnish any audited financial statements. It all depends. So we have different buckets. And in the lowest rung, where you don't have to furnish any financial statements, you also don't need to provide a TCC. The caveat here, though, is that to open a business account at NCB, to be honest, I do believe you need financial statements. So yeah, I know that's a little bit contradictory, but this is what we've put in place to make it easier for especially very small companies, and as I said, micro businesses in particular, to be able to access loans with far simpler requirements. So, and we've pushed this aggressively. And that's basically the end of the presentation. I will say just two last things, that so the way NCB works is that we reward you for being an NCB customer. So many of our loan products, if you check them, you would have to be banking with NCB for 2 years. And some of them we've adjusted and we've allowed, if you're banking for maybe just 1 year, that you can access it. But most times you are rewarded for all the benefits just accrue if you've been banking with us. That's one thing that you need to know. Also, we don't really cater to startups, unfortunately. So that's another thing to bear in mind. But if you're starting out your business, we do have, under the Merchant Advance and Quick Biz, those two unsecured products that I mentioned, we have now created a new category so that if the business has been registered for 1 year, that they can actually access those two products. The only difference is that the maximums are lower, of course, to compensate for the risk, and the interest rate is a little bit higher. But the fact is, what we're trying to do now is to make it even more accessible for newer companies. So as I said, companies who have been registered for a year, just a year or more. And that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Yannick. And we've already started getting questions, actually. So our question and answer section will begin now, but it's already been in progress. I have some questions myself. So how much money do you really need to be making as a small business before the bank will really look at you?
Well, but that's a difficult question to answer, because so what you can access is dependent on how much money you're earning as a company, but it's not that we necessarily have a minimum. What is more powerful, as I said, is the fact that you have been banking with us. Once you've been banking with NCB, then we will show you the different products available. Oh, and I should have also said that if you're interested, of course, you can also call me but I will put you onto a business banker. And those are the individuals who will really hold your hand and walk you through the process and tell you, you know, what you could access. Because that's just a teaser, really and truly. We have a lot of different loan products. And some are also customized, so depending on what you need. So I couldn't possibly do everything in this, you know, in this forum.
So what you're saying is, it's best if you, from the time you decide you want to become a business owner, sign up, create a business account, and start working so that you build a relationship with the bank so that they can see the amount of money that's coming in and how your revenues flowing and so forth, which they can use as a background or a backdrop to whether or not they offer you a loan later on.
Exactly.
All right.
That's my best advice.
Yeah. You said something about the DBJ recovery loan. You said something about how there's some special conditions that NCB added. So
yes, so okay, so let's be frank. Yeah, so we would have taken the framework from DBJ and we'd have made a few tweaks. But the specific tweak that I mentioned had to do with debt refinancing, consolidation. But I'm not throwing word on Wayne or anything, but DBJ themselves don't really allow their loans for refinancing. And for us, it was a hard sell. So what we did, as I said, we had to modify it to make it acceptable to our risk department. But we didn't eliminate it. So it is that option is there. But you would have to speak to a business banker to get the, you know, the details and so forth.
all right, so you'll have to share some business banker information with us so that we can share that with our clients as well.
Okay.
Charmaine Allen asked, if you do not have a savings account but a credit card, will that qualify as banking? There's no such thing as a stupid question. You can always ask questions. Charmaine Allen, you see it?
No, sorry, my internet, I think, was breaking up a bit, so I wasn't hearing.
All right, so she was asking, if you have just a savings account,
oh,
if you have a savings account but a credit card, will that qualify as banking?
We don't have a savings account but a credit card.
Yeah.
Banking. So that's a good question. I mean, at least it would give us an idea of your how you manage your debt. In some circumstances it could, but I would encourage Charmaine, I'd encourage you to, you know, establish a savings account or something, you know, checking, whatever it is.
Yeah. Tashawn McCarthy asks, is there a time frame in which your business needs to be established before you can get a business account and to apply for a loan?
So in most cases, at a minimum, it would have to be 1 year that you would have to be established for. And in many cases, 2 years. But I would say as soon as you register your business or even before, I would say open your account, and you can. And in fact, what we look at, believe it or not, is some companies are not really officially registered, but they have been in operation from before. So if that's the case, we do take that into account.
Okay. Nikema Brown asks, does the MSME needs to have an account at NCB in order to apply for a loan there?
What was the question?
Do you have to have an account at NCB in order to apply for a loan?
For some of the accounts, yes, but not, I mean, for some of the loans, yes, but not all. Some of them, what we do, we look at your banking relationship with your other institution, your other banking institution, and then we
Her internet. This is what happens. In today's society, the internet freezing up now. So we're going to go on to ask some questions for Wayne. You have a million questions here. Where do I start? Wayne, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Someone was asking if there, can't see the question now anymore, but if the voucher has expired, how can you just reapply for it? What's the process?
Oh, if you have if the voucher has expired, which means that you haven't benefited from the voucher, then you can reapply.
Right. So what amount of time before the voucher expires?
I think it's within 30 to 60 days, somewhere along that timeline. So just advising everyone to use the voucher if you have been approved. Use it up before it does expire, because it's best for you to take advantage of the voucher.
Okay. Kira, you have any other questions? Yannick, you're back. Yeah. Yannick?
Yes, sorry about that, got kicked off. Yes, I'm back.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah. Someone was asking, are the loans available for educational institutions?
I not. How do you mean? A kind of person clarify the question? Because I mean, this is, I don't know what's it, because that sounds more personal.
I guess someone that probably wants to create a training site is asking if they offer loans for that.
We can look at that. We don't have any specific package loan for that, but I mean, one of my roles is to develop new products. So, you know, if you come to us with that, then we'll definitely look at it.
Okay. Do you have entertainment loans?
Entertainment. Wow. Never seen one.
Because I know that DBJ is about to launch the entertainment loan. So.
Okay, well, once again, all your questions, I'm taking it as feedback. So I will speak to my team in terms of looking at an entertainment loan as well as the education one. Although I still would love more details on the educational one.
Okay.
I think the entertainment one I can understand.
Oh, well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, what is the maximum amount for the Ignite grant?
The maximum amount is $3 million at the idea stage. And if you're at the early stage, commercialization that is just looking to hit the market, the maximum grant is $7 million.
Do you know when the next Ignite program will open? We've been asked that.
Oh, yeah, I know it's seasonal. We're going into a new fiscal year, so I'm thinking it should be opening shortly. When exactly, I can't say, but it should be opening shortly.
Okay. Tasha Campbell is asking if you have loans for bars, Yannick?
For bars, as long as the business is registered and they're tax compliant, that's the reason why we try to target micro businesses. A bar would be considered, a small micro business. So hence we have that loan facility to specifically target micro businesses. small owners, sole traders, little man, as people would say. So as long as they are registered and they're current in terms of taxes and tax compliant, they can access that loan facility.
Okay. And Yanni, do you have loans for bars?
Yeah, well, I've never seen it either, but we are actually focusing on don't laugh, on sole traders. We have a lot of programs coming up in terms of pre-approved loans for sole proprietorships, and probably fall under that category. But this is very interesting. I'll certainly take it back, But I've never heard of it.
Yeah, bars and wholesales. We actually have a lot.
Yeah, the wholesales for sure.
But you offer for wholesales, but not bars.
Well, no, I'm not saying no. I would say contact us and let us work out something for you.
Okay. All right. Someone's asking, what are the requirements to open a business account with NCB?
That's a nice long list. However, you'll be happy to know that we're in the middle of implementing the low risk framework for even opening new accounts. So you're gonna find that the requirements are significantly reduced. I need to check whether we've already implemented it or not, but if we haven't, we're very, very close. So I can tell you that all the things you needed before, you're not gonna need that long list anymore. Once we have risk rated you, so there's a risk rating process, and if you're considered low risk, then you have a really reduced list of requirements to open. So I'll see if I can just get that list to you, and maybe you could send it out.
Okay, no problem. What do you offer to Juta and JCal operators? Can you please say how we can access the 5% loan?
Okay, so we actually have a product that is only for Juta. So we have a specific package just for Juta. And yes, I don't believe there's any reason we can't give them the recovery loan as well.
Okay. Do you have?
Recovery loan is open to everyone, so they should be able to access that as well,
Yeah, it's true. Do you have any products for farmers? Yannick?
So okay. So the agriculture that has caused a lot of discussion in the media. In fact, my mother-in-law is a farmer, so I think I know more than most. Actually, so we do grant some agricultural loans, but I believe the government has they came up with this program with a very low interest rate, and so we've been actually losing customers to that.
Okay.
Not that I'm going to sell you the competitor. Well, in this case, government is our competitor. As I'll be selling you their details, but that's roughly what has happened. So we don't really have like a specific targeted agricultural product, but I do know of loans that have been made in that area.
Okay. Crystal Holmes was asking, what is the interest rate charge on the DBJ loan, and what is the criteria for the DBJ loan?
Which loan?
Okay. Well, if it's the recovery loan, it's 5%. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just asking which loan, you know, same thing like you, Yannick. I was asking which loan. If it's a recovery loan, it's 5%. And the general requirements is that your business has to be registered. You have to be
Digital.
and in order to access the recovery loan, you have to have revenues not exceeding 425 million annually. Any other additional loan requirements, NCB and other institutions will advise you. Accounting records, financial statements, historical and projected. Of course, you have to show that, you know, the business is registered from Companies After Jamaica. You have to provide the necessary documentation to show that, and anything else that the institution requires, you know.
Okay. Someone else is asking something about the, all right, Kareem Bartlett is asking, if your primary business is in the field of agriculture, livestock, meat processing, would there be any additional requirements needed to be met apart from those mentioned?
No, I think the main thing has to do with the security, you know, and the quality of the security. And remember too that we have unsecured facilities as well. So
Okay.
there would definitely be options.
I have a client that makes over 75 million. They provide to a number of different, you know, like best dressed and walkers. So they have that kind of security, but yet they're having problems accessing a loan. So I
Getting
guess
a loan?
that's, yeah, they want to create another, I can't remember the actual name for the word, but the place where you house the chicken, they want to buy another one of them. But they're having problems with accessing a loan. So I was thinking, what is it that could possibly be stopping them? That's a real question.
I'm not sure because I know we actually had an initiative where we were I think meeting with broilers and that type of thing to look and see where we could provide loans for them. So I know it's something that we do. And especially for a company that has over 75 million, I mean, that would be a very attractive company. I can't see why, you know, they would have any issues.
Yeah, no problem.
But you can contact me directly
I'll get
for
them
those cases. Yeah, and I will at least investigate and see, you know, what we can do.
Right. I think that we're coming to an end with the questions. Also, to access the Quit Business Loan, you said businesses must be registered for 1 year or more. Is it registered or registered and in operation? Yannick? Yannick gone again? All right. All right, so the majority, Yannick, you're back?
Yes, I don't know what's.
Hi, Marlon. I will refer that chicken farmer to you, okay? We also have some SBJ, rather also has like a SBDC. So Marlon McGregor, he's the business development officer for that. So anyone that having problem with businesses and have farmers and they're farmers and they need help, you can also access helped you rather. Right, we were asking you if the business is registered and, or should it be registered and in operation?
To access the loan, usually I see the registered is what I normally see in terms of the specific wording.
Okay.
So that, yeah, that's the.
Yeah. Someone in the educational realm, they have a reading and homework center. They're asking if there would be anything loan related for them.
Someone in the educational, what's that?
They have a reading and homework center. So that would fall under education.
Oh, okay, that was the same person who had asked, right?
I think, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's fine. I mean, it's a business like any other, so we would assess it and then go from there. So that's
Okay. Do you offer loans to persons who fell behind on their credit score and is below 500?
okay. So a lot of our loans, we're very specific in terms of the delinquencies, and especially over the last 12 months. If your credit is not, you would probably turn down.
Okay. All right, so it is
But
now.
it depends on the period, because for some people, and bad debt like over a year ago. So it really all depends on the time.
Okay.
What's that?
No, I was about to wrap up. Wait, one more. All right, have a couple. Dwayne Humphrey, he has a couple micro businesses and he hasn't opened a business account, so all his funds are deposited into a personal account. Does that affect how he can get a loan for a business?
It would. I would encourage Dwayne, right? I would encourage him to open a business account. I mean, we're not. It's not that the bank is not going to look at you and they're not going to look at your personal account and then look at the flows and try to assess it. They'll still try, you know, but it makes it a lot harder.
Okay. So to Antoinette, Dr. Taylor, if you have a voucher, you haven't chosen a video, you can contact us and we will accept you as a video before your voucher expires. Okay. All right, so I think that is it. And thank you so much, Wayne and Yannick. I think this is productive. A lot of questions were asked. We weren't able to answer all of them, but a good majority of them were answered. So I believe that the 100% offering is going to end on the 31st. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I did want, yeah, but I wanted to say something about the recovery loan and the March 31st expiration, because what I was advised by DBJ is that, well, we as NCB, we have applied for like 2 more tranches of the recovery loan. So we will be able to lend it out until it's exhausted. All right. So it doesn't, if you don't come to us, well, I mean, we're nearly at the end of March anyway. So you can still come to us is what I'm trying to say.
That's great.
For the recovery loan.
That's great. And Wayne, have you heard anything positive, like an extension on the grants?
Well, just kind of piggyback on what Yannick just said. I know the grant, the Go Digital grant comes to an end the 31st, but for the Go Digital loan and the recovery loan, after March 31st, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises can still access the facilities through their bank, as long as the financial institutions still have funds available under that line. So it's kind of similar to what Yannick was just saying. Yeah.
That's great.
You can still access those facilities after the 31st.
All right. Great. So Yannick, don't forget to send us the information on how to register, because I know all of our participants will want that information so that they can get in on that Go Digital loan and the recovery loan as soon as possible. And I think that's it. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Our pleasure.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Take care, everyone.